was like the greatest kind of feeling I think I've ever felt in my life. I say at the end of it, it was the scariest thing I've ever done.
This is Climbing Gold.
You rode this insane couloir a few years back, the Crack. It won you Red Bull's Line of the Year, and it was just this incredible display of big mountain skiing. Can you describe what it's like to drop into something like that?
Yeah. No, I would say like actually when I was standing at the top of it, I was in the most like calm, zen-like focused state I think I'd ever been in my entire life. Like it was so noticeable how calm I was. Like it almost counteracted so many experiences in the mountains before in my life. Like I was just so confident, even so much like the people the filmers and the other athletes were really nervous. And I was like, guys, like chill out. Like I'm fine. When I did drop in, I was all of a sudden that flood of like, holy hell, this is actually really steep. I'm going really fast. This is really narrow. And these ski conditions are not that good. But I'll never forget. I had this quick little moment where after I dropped in and I kind of had one chance to dump a little bit of speed before I was kind of going straight again. And so I get up on to make this one turn and I saw slough out of the side of my eye and I see this slough go by, start to come. And I was like, oh my God, there's slough. Like I didn't forecast that this line would slough. And I thought to myself, like, should I race out in front of it or pull up, stop, let it go through and then ski after it? And like in that moment, I was just like, just go. And I like made it like a turn back in front of it. It was like right on my tails and just started hauling ass out of there. Well, I went back and I was like, looked at my GoPro footage and I made that entire conversation with myself in 0.3 seconds. So in 0.3 of a second, I had this like, whoa, there's slough. What do I do? Didn't expect slough. Should I go in front of it or should I pull up? And I like imagining all these scenarios and then just boom, got in front of it. And then from there, it was just like pure kind of like running on instincts. I just remember thinking like the snow's not that great. All you got to do is keep on your edges, keep edge control and make sure that you're have enough edge control so to make that turn. There was a 45-degree turn at the end of it. I knew I was going to be going very fast. Didn't know exactly how big of a turn it was going to be, what the snow conditions were going to be like. I just know I had to be like right on that margin of like out of control but still in control. Yeah, and then I got spit out the bottom and it was like the greatest kind of feeling I think I've ever felt in my life. It was like, yeah, I say at the end of it, it was the scariest thing I've ever done.
How tight are the walls and how fast are you going?
Yeah, so the walls weren't actually even the problem. So the narrowest it got for my skis was actually just ski width wide, but like not lengthwise, like narrowness. Like it was only wide enough for my feet because there was a runnel in between where the slough had been going through, and then just like rock, and then maybe like 1.5 to 2 feet wide. And that was at one point when I realized I was like, oh my God, like this is kind of more narrow than I even imagined because it looks, like at points it's 20 feet wide, but the actual skiable surface was only like 4 feet wide. It got to, anywhere from like that 2 feet width to 20 back down to like 6 feet wide. But ultimately the thing was once you got going to such a high speed, which I was a downhill racer, so I know kind of speeds like 60 to 75 miles an hour at the end of it. I would guesstimate. Once you're going that fast, like there's no stopping, there's no pulling up, there's no like, there's no way to like run out a turn to like dump all your speed. You can't just like hockey stop in a couloir that tight. So it was like once I was in, it was very committed to that speed. There was no chance of truly like making any other exit except for out the bottom. So that was kind of what it was about is like once I was in, and there was only one way out.